Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Final Show Films. I'm Sen, your executive producer, and I want to thank you all for tuning in. I'm just going to thank our $25 tier supporters over at our Patreon page at patreon.com/fsfilms, those being Jimmy Alexander, Samantha Bates, and Al, without whom we would do nearly as much of the things we do now. So thank you very much for your support over the years. And those of you that are watching live, please sit back, relax, and enjoy. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Call of Cthulhu. I am Sen, your keeper who just turned the light on. And I'm joined this week by Jack.
Hello, I am Jack. I'm playing Katie, and we're going to roll luck. Let's see if I'm feeling lucky. Oh no, apparently I'm not.
Wow.
So go ahead and roll.
I had to roll above a 17, and I didn't.
1d10 plus 5. And Jeremy.
Hi, I'm Jeremy. I am playing Virginia Reeves, and let's see if I can beat a 7 out of 100.
I mean,
Barely.
I didn't beat a 7 out of 100. I'm bitter about that 4.
Fucking barely.
And Dravian.
For the 2d10 plus 10?
Yes.
Yes. Dravian, I'm playing Lillian Clara.
There you go. 2d10 plus 10 for you. And Holly.
Hi, I'm Holly. I'm playing Vanessa. And seriously?
1d10 plus 5.
This is going to be great.
And Craig.
Hi, I'm playing Lewis Lampley, and I literally can't not get luck. So, because I had
You
zero.
say that.
No, it was actively impossible. So I have 19 now.
All right. And William.
I was about to say, the way you said "and Craig" sounded like it was the last entry of a list.
By the way, William, you're
not part
out.
of the game anymore. We'll see you later.
We had a meeting.
It is not on me.
We voted off the island.
It is not on me to speak to your expectations. Also, who are you?
And the why did we roll that club?
Also,
eight more luck on top of
also
it.
Introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm William, and I'm playing Victor.
As always, trans rights are human rights. Black Lives Matter. And Jeremy will insert something here now.
Fuck Vince McMahon and Alex Jones, because he's back up in the not really news.
Always fuck Alex Jones.
Great documentary on Max about his court case. So I was just reminded of him. So fuck him too.
Sorry, I'm getting texts. Also, as a reminder, Call of Cthulhu is a horror game. So if you've made it, if you for some reason tuned in to episode 15 without seeing anything that came before, buckle up, you're in for a fun ride. But also, if you somehow made it to episode 15 without realizing that it is a horror podcast, that's my fault. I apologize. But do understand that we will be touching on sensitive topics such as, and not limited to, body horror, self-harm, monstrous things hiding in the closet waiting to eat you. And the like.
Murder.
Merger.
And also Craig. Anyways.
I mean, that's fair.
When last we left off, the Federal Bureau of
Pyramid
Control agents had just located a place a lovely place to stay in Lake Haven, the Lakeview Hotel, which was situated on sort of the one of the like sort of, if you consider that Lake Haven is largely the side of a mountain, a valley, and then a hill, the hill on the other side of the valley across from the mountain, this is where the Lake Haven Hotel is situated, with a lovely view of the lake. And apparently it has a Silent Hill 2 convention happening, or a Silent Hill 2 like event going on, which is exciting. So exciting that Vanessa got jump scared by a cardboard cutout of Pyramid Head, which is where we left off. So I think Ginny and Lillian had gone in first. So Katie, Victor, and Lewis, the three of you, Katie, Victor, and Lewis, the three of you see Vanessa just jump out of her skin as she turns and sees a cardboard cutout of, not literally in this particular case, of a cardboard cutout of Pyramid Head.
I believe it was Virginia.
No, Vanessa had seen it.
What was Vanessa?
Oh no, that
it was
me.
definitely Vanessa.
That was me.
Virginia rolled the dice that determined that it would be Vanessa, but it was
Right.
Vanessa.
Thanks, Virginia.
I try.
So yeah, how is anyone else reacting to this information? Matter of fact, Vanessa, how are you reacting to having realized that it was a cardboard cutout?
Trying to compose herself so that hopefully her brother doesn't notice that she just did that.
It was very obvious.
Everybody noticed. Whether we say anything, it's another question.
She knows
might have
Victor
said
will.
something if she wasn't
So
as tired.
Victor just like sighs, holsters his pistol that he's had out the entire time he's been walking here, and starts to walk.
All right.
Because I think it'd be funny.
Are,
Can
are
I
we all
psychoact-
inside? Sorry, go ahead.
Because I think it'd be funny. Can I psychoactively make the Silent Hill 2 music start playing?
I sincerely thought you were going to say, "Can I psychoactively
Make a-
make that actually Pyramid Head?"
Make
Oh,
a
no,
power
please.
roll.
Which to be
William
clear,
has gone mad with power.
I'm into it.
With a hard success, you try to psychoactively make the Silent Hill 2 music start playing, and you find that you are within the envelope of a greater being, most likely because you are right next to the lake. So you're not able to affect the dream. But you fortunately, moments after you try, you realize you didn't need to, because the music does start playing through the intercom system of the hotel, presumably as a part of the ambiance. So you're all getting
Jesus
slightly
Christ.
stressful off-key string music coming through the intercom.
Are we all inside at this point?
If you so desire.
Yes.
This is a great time for Sirenscape and playing off-key string.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Oh, yeah,
Sirenscape.
Sirenscape.
This stream is powered by
stream
Sirenscape.
with Sirenscape.
I mean, it's not powered by Sirenscape yet.
Is
No,
it the
whether or not the Sirenscape is on, it is still powered by Sirenscape.
That's not how power works.
Yes, it is.
If it's off, it's not powering anything.
Are you? Do you die when you go to sleep?
It's not sleeping. It's off.
Jesus
The
Christ.
implication that Sirenscape is a living creature that can sleep.
Yeah, this is
Obviously.
this is the most horrible thing so far on this stream. Admittedly, we're only like several minutes in, but
I have to find the fucking link.
now is this
Oh, I
the sort of like mandolin heavy Silent Hill theme that I'm thinking of?
I don't have an active memory of the Silent Hill theme, so whatever sounds right.
Lewis, who has no reference for this game, goes, "Oh, that's pretty."
I don't know. It sounds kind of weird.
Vanessa
hate-
just glares at Lewis.
Lewis,
Yeah.
I hate you and everything you represent.
Oh, and we had such a nice talk out on the road.
We had
That's a different thing. I can still hate someone. Shut up.
Not a mandolin fan. I'll remember that.
I just find it kind of nostalgic.
Is this related to the man with the trash can on his head? He points over to the pyramid head.
I have no idea.
Yes. This is
Kind of.
music from the game that he's from.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense. I was, video game music, I guess I still think of all beeps and boops.
I know that it's not that. I just don't play video games.
Should
I
we
have a-
double check that that's not somebody in a costume about to swing that big sword?
It's a cardboard
think-
cutout.
Uh,
It's a cardboard cutout. Vanessa already went through that.
Thanks. Yeah.
All right. Retracted. Sorry.
That's all right.
I forgore.
You forgot.
On the bright side, we can't really do anything psychoactive here, so we can't accidentally make the horror game antagonist real.
Don't say that.
Why?
Ourselves, at least.
Why can't we?
We're too close to something else.
Oh,
I was worried that was what you thought the bright
Yeah.
side was.
I mean,
On the,
is that
the
really
bright-
a surprise? That's actually kind of encouraging.
we might just be too close to the lake itself and whatever entities in the lake.
You know,
We can
I'm glad we're almost finished, but I would not call this a bright side. This is not an increase in safety.
the bright side is we can't self-inflict harm. It can't self-inflict harm.
All right.
Like-
Well, let's
like-
just be careful assuming that, because one person might not be able to, but if we all happen to imagine the wrong thing at the wrong time, we might be able to unintentionally join forces and bring some monster from this to life.
Also,
like in Ghostbusters.
also
Besides,
there's the entire possibility of we think of a thing coming up, and the thing that's actually in control senses that and goes, "That's a fun idea," and does it anyway.
The GM theory.
and even without that, you'd be surprised how much harm you can self-inflict.
Is there any
I look over at Lewis. Do you have a response to that, HR person?
I think as we went over out there, I'm a field operative now, but Katie is not wrong. It's been sometimes, and he kind of looks over very clearly uncomfortable and says, I mean, waking us up, we had to use, burning each other and things like that. But
Yes.
I'm sorry,
I think,
Louise.
I think one of the important things for all of us to keep in mind here is we need to be open with each other about any sort of odd feelings. If we start to feel a desire for self-harm, a desire to harm one another, and he turns and looks at Lily and says, I think we could explore that if we have more time, about that sense that you have that this place isn't psychoactive. But I'm still really worried about the effects we can have on this world, the effects this world can have on us, and the effects we can have on ourselves and each other. So can we, while we're here, all agree? He looks over, putting his hands up in Ginny's direction. Not from a HR perspective, not from a, getting in touch with our feelings perspective, but just in terms of a completing the mission and helping each other do that perspective. Can we all agree to be really open if we start to sense something off within ourselves?
Obviously.
Okay.
That's just common sense.
That might not be that common, especially in this place.
I'm just saying, if you have a zombie bite, physical or mental or otherwise, don't not tell everybody about it.
Keeping it a secret isn't going to help you.
Right. It's tactical.
How does Katie seem like she's doing at this point?
Tired, but all right.
Okay. Like she's not particularly angry about what she's saying.
No.
Okay.
Hate that ticking noise.
What?
Same.
It indicates to the speakers where there's just a ticking noise coming
Oh.
out of the.
Which you can tell is coming from a grandfather clock that's in the lobby. Looking to your right, against the wall, there's this large grandfather clock that just has this routinely clicking pendulum.
I dislike it
Oh.
just because it gets on my nerves. Is there any specific reason why?
It's one of those constant noises in the background that's designed to remind you that nothing around you is stationary and thus constantly keep you uneasy.
It's
Okay,
meant to
normal
upset
reason.
you. Just ignore it.
Is there a guest registry on the desk in here?
Yeah. There's also a person at the counter who's been sitting here watching you guys the whole time.
Oh,
I've been assuming we're having
You're not
conversation.
close enough. Yeah, you're not close enough for them to be
Yeah, okay.
listening to the conversation. But there's a new crowd of people that just walked in the front door relatively late in the evening, so they're waiting for you to approach to do whatever.
And this person is 100% not normal.
Should I go try to get us some rooms?
Yeah, that's probably a good idea if we're staying here tonight.
Sure. I'm looking around. 3 do us okay? Does everybody want their own?
I think
shouldn't
it's
split up.
probably better if we pair up at the very least.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I wouldn't want anybody alone right now.
Okay. I'll see if there's a convention. Any sign of anybody else? Anybody, any sound of vending machines being used or ice machines going off above us or anything like that?
Give me a listen check.
Okay. Nope.
The rain outside, the occasional clap of thunder, and the continual sound of that grandfather clock are kind of like distracting you from hearing anything else in the hotel. You can see evidence that there are other people, like there are cars outside parked, in the parking lot area. There's a person at the counter. Like there are evidence that there are other people here. Just you're not hearing anything specific right now.
Okay. All right. Well, I will walk up to the desk. Can I try to get a sense of this person? Are they sort of
Psychology roll?
yeah? Do they seem like a person? Are they sort of the normal amount of checked out? I would assume somebody at a desk to be at this time of evening. Wow. I'll spend 7 points of luck on that.
Sure. Yeah, with the success there. I mean, they seem to be the kind of person that has been working at a theme hotel all day and is really ready to check out themselves for the day, and is just hoping that this
Ready
new
for the music
batch
to
of
stop a
people
little bit?
this new batch of people aren't going to have any complicated requests when they approach the desk.
Okay. So Lewis will walk up and just say, "Hey, we're looking for 3 rooms. We're not here for," he kind of gestures toward the cardboard cutout. "This whole thing. We just need 3 rooms."
Right, and they will punch up a thing. Will give you a price, which you can handily pay because of
Okay.
your dots or your
I will
points
do
and
so.
resources.
Also, money is even more imaginary here than it is usually.
There you go.
Although the car wasn't any more imaginary.
Oh my god, that would be great if we. Well, not great, but that would be hilarious if we get out of here and it's like, oh man, my bank balance actually changed.
How many rooms were you asking for?
3.
You are given 3. They are not next to each other, unfortunately. They do say, we're not able to get any immediately adjacent rooms right now. We've been getting clusters of people coming in for the event and just staying in town. You're all on the same floor, but there's one at each end of the hallway and then one sort of in the middle.
Sure. Looks like gestures out towards the parking lot. Looks like you got your hands full. Anywhere we should steer clear of if we want to have just a peaceful night?
I mean, There are events happening here on the first floor. Y'all are on the fourth. There are events happening in the just gesture around where it's like, so the lounge, the dining area, the various places all on the first floor. Rooms are generally just decorated. There's not necessarily an event happening in anybody's room unless you decide to invite people in.
So
Mostly
decorated
out the first
rooms.
floor.
We have stuff in the showers or things like that, or
No, shouldn't be unless you specifically request it.
no? That specifically
No.
would prefer not. I just want to get a
Specifically,
good
we
night's
don't
sleep.
want that.
Yeah.
All right, well, there you go. Enjoy your stay.
Thanks. Hang in there.
Mm. You get just watch their eyes just like glance over towards the grandfather clock, and you get the feeling that this grandfather clock is probably specially made to be loud, because it hasn't reduced in volume at any point when you've been moving through the lobby area. Like you can hear it perfectly clear everywhere in the lobby.
Like I said, it is specifically designed to put people off their ease.
Yeah.
Does the guy behind the counter look irritated by it?
Yes.
I'm gonna just walk over to it, open the front, and just.
The front is locked.
Oh, worth a try.
I walk over it, tip it over, and kick it to. I'm kidding.
Take it out back. Put it out of its misery.
Just tip it
no.
over and stomp on it until it's.
Oh no!
You
You found the first monster. It's the grandfather clock. It eats you.
I thought we were theoretically not going to get eaten.
But also that it won't pass up a free meal.
That's true.
Theoretically, it doesn't want
wouldn't
to
either.
eat you. Not that it won't, but it doesn't want to.
Just treat the grandfather clock to that one Office Space meme.
But you have keys. You have a fourth floor. You have 3 fourth floor rooms, none of which are next to each other. Do you wish to proceed?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think so same room divisions as before. Lewis says.
What was before?
Yeah,
I don't think we've divvied up in threes before.
Maybe not. So I guess. Sorry, it's been a day. Katie, I figured you and me,
Yeah.
Ginny and Lillian, and Victor and Vanessa.
Tracks.
Sounds good.
All right, you hand off keys. You get in the elevator. This elevator is designed to look older. It's one of those like chain gate elevators rather than a normal fully enclosed one. There's no like person in it to run the elevator, but it's got like modern implementation on the inside, but the exterior is looks significantly older than it actually is. You step in, close the gate, hit 4th floor button. There's this palpable feeling of they have managed to work in a feeling of age to how the elevator moves, because it has that sort of like, rather than instantly going, it has that building up power before then pulling itself up feeling.
I'm waiting for it to break down.
But once it gets going, and you get up to the 4th floor. There's a ding, and the doors open. All of the rooms are sort of central around, are in effectively like a square around the central lobby. There's a wall there because there are rooms on both sides of the hallway, but immediately to your right and left, the elevator corridor goes for about 20 rooms, and you know that at the end of this hallway, right where it turns to go to circle around, there is a room on the left, a room on the right, and then the other room is actually right across from the elevators that you managed to acquire. So
I'll look to Katie to see if she has a preference.
Katie doesn't have a preference right now. Katie's just making sure that the walkies have been handed out.
all right. So
Lewis is an innate people pleaser, so we'll not claim a room unless everybody else seems.
who's going into the room immediately across from you?
That's the center one, basically.
Yeah. Right next to the elevator.
Nobody makes an immediate move. Gina will go. Somebody has to, and I will just go up to that one.
All right.
Snag the key. Head up.
All right. You open the room. Are you going by yourself or someone going with you?
I mean, I'm going in, and somebody follows me. Somebody follows me.
Lillian follows, since that's also the room.
Right, so
Lillian will be.
Ginny and Lillian head into the central room. Who's going left? Who's going right?
Vanessa will just look at Victor. Any preference? You were not heard.
They're probably the same.
Not really. Left or
Katie
right.
just goes away without thinking about it much.
Okay.
Roll a d2.
Opposite
Okay.
direction of that one, then.
You know, you could say that like a normal person, which is flip a coin.
But
I know we're not flipping coins.
/ roll 1d2. With the one, you go left. Victor and Vanessa go right. You eventually reach your rooms.
Katie knows that this whole place is just trying to be creepy. But also, you can only stand in a lobby with a grandfather clock that is ticking too loud and too irregularly to be comfortable without it affecting you a little bit. And she's a little worried she's going to get another flash of something like she did at the first hotel. She doesn't want to get the same flash, frankly.
Okay.
Actually, she can't decide whether or not she wants to get the same flash. She's having complicated emotions.
Fair. You open the door and go in?
Yep.
All right. You all adjourn to your rooms. Is there anything anyone wants to do specifically before you hit the hay and pass out?
Check the room.
All right.
Yep. Check the room.
Give me
I'm
spot
going to
hidden.
make sure the walkie's charging.
Clean gun.
Kidding me.
Ooh.
Well, I will spend the 12 luck.
I flipped my mouse so hard it backed me out of the roll 20.
After you rolled a fumble.
Yes, that's why the mouse got flipped. It is
Fortunately,
the mouse's fault.
Lillian rolled an extreme success.
You're covered. This is why we're in pairs.
I accidentally walk out. I accidentally walk out the window.
No.
Just woo!
So no, I feel like what happens. What happens there is that you you head in, you look around, you begin to investigate, and then you manage to you manage to actually you go over to look, because so these rooms are all laid out slightly. They're relatively ornate as far as hotel rooms go. They all have like a mock fireplace in them. They're not actual fireplaces though, which you find out when you stick your head in and you look up and you see just like sort of flat nothing. There's no chimney or anything like that, and there's like sort of an electric fire, like heat element that would be the fire. The problem though is that then you turn to sort of back out, and as Lillian just absentmindedly goes over and flips the AC on, flips the heat on, and so immediately the fire underneath your head just turns on, which startles you and causes you to smack the back of your head on the roof of the chimney and stagger out. Take 1 wound.
Okay. It seems important to mention in this moment that I do have long hair.
It's not an actual fire. It's like a it's a heater, not a fire. It's just a heater that's designed to look like a fire.
Fair enough.
There's no chimney for smoke to go out.
Yeah. No actual burning.
That
just
said, don't
sudden
get your
bright
hair stuck
light.
in that. That said, don't get your hair stuck in that.
Yeah.
No.
No.
Or on the heater for more than like a second or two, because that shit will melt.
Yeah, no. No damage to your hair, just to your head as you hit the stone fireplace pretty hard. As for everyone else looking around, those of you that had successes, nothing like. Seems pretty clear. There's nothing odd immediately standing out to you. Then it does occur to all of you that if this being a dream, they don't necessarily need to have cameras. But
if they're
there's-
watching us without cameras, there's nothing we can do about it anyway, and we don't need to be in the rooms for them to be watching us. So
Yeah.
really, there's no prevention for that.
But there's nothing that you find as far as hidden secrets or anything like that at the moment.
Nothing particular for Lillian on the extreme success.
Nope, not even extreme success. You can very much verify that the rooms are clear.
After I set up our walkie to charge, I'm gonna go ahead and call through on the others and remind everybody else to make sure theirs are charged.
Well, you all
Of course.
get that call. You all
Victor
also noticed that
plugs.
it's raining outside, which you heard it start in the lobby, but it may not have really cognitively set in until you're in your rooms and you can see out the window that there's rain spattering against the window, thunder rumbling in the outside.
Victor like sets the walkie down and plugs it in the charge, and then starts pulling out his guns, reloading the magazines that are not fully spent, and reloading the regular magazine, making sure everything is full up on ammo. Then realizes he gave Lewis his Sphinx. Realizes that Lewis probably does not have more magazines for the Sphinx. Grabs his bag, grabs several spare magazines for the Sphinx, walks over to Lewis's room and knocks.
So, walking down the hallway. Go ahead and give me a listen check, Victor, as you're going down the hallway.
Hard success.
Hard success. As you're walking down the hallway, you can still hear the outside. It's muffled a bit because you're not immediately in a room with a connection to the outside, but you do hear occasionally as you're going down the hallway this like faint, like wind whistling sound. It sounds like wind whistling through pipes.
Mm.
You're not quite certain where it's at or what's causing it, but that is just something you're passively aware of as you go down the hallway.
Mm.
Lewis and Katie are settling in when the door.
I'll answer it.
It's just Victor at the door, holds out a handful of magazines. If he's gonna use a handgun, he should probably have spare ammo.
Lewis is in the background, like trying to cover Katie in an absolutely ineffectual way.
Katie, not looking, doesn't know you're doing that.
You've got a.
She's just chill, totally chill.
You have grabbed a clipboard and I'm holding it up like you're gonna throw it.
I was honestly picturing him with one of his rollerblades, like he's just taking them off and he stands up, he's getting ready to just huck it at whatever comes in through the door.
There you go.
And he just sort of visibly but not audibly sighs a little bit, just nods to Victor, gives a little like 2-finger salute. Just does two warriors.
Victor just like zero expression on his face, just looks up, locks eyes with Lewis, and just nods slightly.
Katie will take the magazines and offer them to Lewis. You should probably put these somewhere.
Yeah. Yep. Backpack?
Yeah.
Okay. We'll put them into the backpack. We should
There
probably...
are six spare magazines for the Sphinx.
Okay. Lewis comes over to take them. Remember rule 2, we should probably, I guess, stand in the hole and watch you back to your room.
I'll step out. into the hall.
Yeah, that'll probably work. Just keep
Okay.
an eye out while I walk back.
The two of you make listen checks as well while you're out in the hallway.
Meanwhile, Vanessa's been standing in the doorway of their room the entire time, keeping
Good.
an eye on him.
Well, Vanessa, make a listen
So
check
can
as
you
well.
can
Then.
you see us?
Yeah, no, you're still watch this whole gathering of mimes here in the hallway.
So Lewis looking out, panning around, sees Vanessa and just hey.
Vanessa, you also hear that whistling, that just metallic wind whistling through pipe sound as you're out in the hallway. It's one of those things where, like, if you had time to investigate, you could probably figure out where it's coming from, but it's just oddly loud in the corridor.
Was there like an obvious Pompidou situation on the outside of this place where the pipes on the outside? I know I didn't hear the whistling, but I'm just curious.
Not as far as you could tell, but you only saw it from one angle.
Fair.
Then eventually Victor makes his way back without incident. The four of you adjourn to your individual rooms. When the door closes, that whistling sound is muffled. Those of you that did pick up on it, and it's just the group of you still in individual rooms. The sound of rain and thunder.
Reference, if you feel like tracking it in your possessions, 6 extra magazines on top of the 17 shots that are in the Sphinx normally is 102 rounds of ammunition.
Okay.
Of which have you shot one?
No, I don't think so.
I don't think I've ever used the Sphinx because I've always gone for the Desert Eagle. So,
What caliber is it?
It's 45.
Millimeter.
it's a 45.
Yeah.
You said 102.
Yeah, 102 rounds. Which it has 7, not counting the full magazine that is already in the gun.
Okay. I will at some point need the stats for the Sphinx. I can. Is it just a 45? I can pull them out of the rule book.
It is a Glock, I think, is the rulebook and the stats in the
I
rulebook,
think so.
which is a D10 damage.
Okay.
I don't know what the range increments on those are, but you guys are typically relatively close to things you're shooting, so
Yeah, that is true.
none of you have tried to snipe with a Glockazine yet. So
All right.
I don't think we've had the opportunity yet.
all right. Anything else happening in the evening?
Would like to check in. Lewis would like to check in with Katie before and figure out who's sleeping first and so on.
Katie is open to whichever.
Should we divide up shifts?
It's probably best for somebody to take the beginning and somebody to take the end. That way that we get uninterrupted. We don't get woken up halfway through.
I think I'm still pretty,
Yes,
pretty
its
wired.
stats are exactly the Glock 9mm reference.
Okay.
Glock 17 9mm.
I think I'm still pretty wired if you want to get some sleep. How are you doing?
I'm ready to be done,
Yeah.
but it looks like that's happening soon, so we'll be back home soon.
That'd be really nice. It'll be good to get there. I'll take you out to Lakefront Trail, down to Humboldt Park. We can start working on your blading. How about that?
Sounds awesome.
Whenever Craig says blading, I can only picture wrestlers cutting their forehead to make their face bleed.
Yep.
Which is a thing. It's what it's called. It's called blading.
I mean, it was a thing.
It was a thing.
Nowadays, either you don't plan to bleed, or you bleed the hard way.
Yeah.
You just let yourself get busted open. Or you're so old and you've been doing it for so long, all somebody needs to do is punch you in the forehead in the right spot and you're going to bleed.
Yeah.
Ric Flair.
Don't forget to brush your imaginary dream teeth, I guess.
I mean, if the car crunched,
Yeah.
maybe it'll clean our real teeth.
Yeah. Probably a good idea.
Get your teeth knocked
I
out in the
have a-
dream. You spit one out in real life.
I have an extra unopened toothbrush, and I have a little thing of travel toothpaste if you need them. Starts digging through his backpack.
Make sure you wake me up so you can get some sleep too.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll split it, half and half.
All right.
Oh,
And you said you spit one out in the dream and you spit out one in real life. The lock into mind's like, except for laying down in real life, spit one. You try to spit one out in the dream and you choke on one in real life.
oh,
No, don't worry about it. It's magic. Anyways,
we've got the Smith watching out for us.
so Lewis is taking
Yeah.
first watch in that room. What about the other two rooms?
I'll go ahead and take first watch. You get rest.
All right.
So Ginny in that room.
Victor's finishing loading the Desert Eagle, sort of just like
Yep.
sliding 50 caliber rounds into a magazine. You
Yeah,
wanna
I don't
sleep
know if
first
it's-
or watch first.
I can watch first. Why don't you get some sleep?
All right.
Hopefully we actually get to sleep.
I wouldn't put money on it, but we'll find out.
Sorry, Jeremy, you read saying?
I was gonna say I don't know if it had been heard earlier, but yeah, I had walked in after the hearing thing and just started
Yeah.
cleaning,
Cleaning, reloading.
reloading.
All right.
Bullion make sure it like plugs in walkie-talkie, plugs in stun baton, plugs in laptop.
Mhm.
Hopes that it doesn't somehow blow a breaker. Doesn't know the quality of this hotel.
Fair. So, those of you that are on watch
Victor,
first. Oh, go ahead.
Victor takes the extra precaution of putting every lock on the door shut. The deadbolt, the
chain,
one
yeah.
bar, the chain,
Dead,
everything.
deadbolt, lock, chain, etc. Handle.
Yeah.
All right. Those of you that are on first watch. How long are you planning to watch for?
Half the night.
Are we figuring that's about 10 hours? So each of us grabs 5 hours sleep. How long are the nights here?
Night length.
I mean, how long are we planning on sleeping? When are we planning on waking up?
What time is it now? I guess maybe we should start
Right
with that.
now, it's about 10 o'clock.
Are we like tired? Like we've been
Yeah, you had to walk quite a while.
like if we
to
were
get to the-
awake type tired?
Yeah.
Okay.
Right. Well, I'll plan to watch till about 3, unless I start getting tired.
$5 hours each is probably accurate.
All right. So, those of you that are staying up for the first watch, then staying up for 5 hours while you are tired, we'll need. Constitution rolls. So that'll be from Ginny, Lewis, and Vanessa.
Sure. I would also like, before I inevitably fall asleep here. Oh, no, never mind. I would like to go into the bathroom and just sort of, Lewis will open up his collar, pull it down, and look. Does he still have that wine-stained scar from the tongue creature's attack?
Yeah, you put on a thing and look, and yeah, it's still there.
All right, so that is persistent. I didn't think to check while I was awake in the quote unquote real world, but at least it's persisted in here. Okay.
Make me a. Make me a. More games should have an interoception, or not, should have a proprioception skill. Make me a. Just an intelligence roll, we'll call it.
Okay. Barely made it.
58. As you're just checking the scar and running a hand across it, you feel like a phantom hand run a finger across the scar while you're looking at it and checking on it. It was separate from your own hand. And there's nothing there. You're looking in the mirror. You didn't see anything. But it just felt like somebody was idly tracing a finger across the scar.
Do I get the sense that that's maybe in the real world?
Hard to tell.
Okay. I'll try it again from the other direction with my hand.
Nothing else.
You know what? I'll try it.
Yeah, you tried it a couple different times.
Hands.
Yeah, you tried a couple different times. No other reaction other than that one.
Okay. All right. Was it of an angle? Probably can't tell with that roll, but was it of an angle where it could have been my unconscious self running a finger over my neck?
No way to tell. No.
Okay.
Just a bit of pressure.
Okay.
I'm
going to say that explains why I got a hard success on the Constitution, because now he's fucking freaked out.
Yes.
Yeah.
Nothing like a ghost grope to keep you awake.
I don't like that sentence.
Yeah, I was going to say, can we have that be our negative t-shirt for the week? By which I mean, I never have to think about it again.
Yeah. And if we put out a t-shirt every week with all the random shit that we say, we'd have a lot of t-shirts that nobody would buy. Jenny.
Make it even worse, it probably wouldn't even be per, this show, it'd be each show.
Yeah. Is there anything specific that you're doing on your watch, Jenny?
No, just staying very alert.
Okay. And Vanessa, anything specific that you're doing?
No, just thinking and watching.
So all three of you make a listen check for me.
I will spend 11 luck to succeed on that.
Woo!
Woof.
Vanessa with a fumble. So 2 successes and a fumble. We'll start with Vanessa.
One of them's a critical success.
More to the point, we have the full spectrum.
It's true.
We have the fumble, the success, and the critical success.
It's true. We'll start with Vanessa. Vanessa, as you're sitting, keeping an eye out, keeping an ear out, listening to the rain, you start to hear of extremely loud heartbeat.
God damn it.
Coming from under the floorboards.
I was gonna say,
Yes,
is someone
actually, coming
buried
from under the floor.
Oh,
Oh my god.
Oh. How far into my watch is it?
About an hour.
She wanted Victor to be able to get more sleep than that.
We need to get this AWA to read other books beyond Poe.
You hear it sounds like it's coming from under your bed specifically.
Mm-hmm.
Just do the totally normal.
She's just gonna keep an eye on it right now. She really does want to let
Oh, and
him
you're on
sleep unless there's something. Yeah.
Okay.
Unless
Do-
something's actively trying to kill them.
Holly, do the totally normal thing and shoot into the bed and to shoot what's below. Like empty 3 full clips.
Give me a sanity roll, Vanessa.
Oh,
Right. Yeah,
extreme
no,
success.
you just calm down, keep control of yourself, let it play out. After like 5 minutes, you stop hearing it,
Okay. Good.
which doesn't tell you if it went away or if it just went quiet.
It went away. Everything's fine. This is what she's going to tell herself.
With a success, Ginny,
Mm-hmm.
there's something to that whistling sound.
I mean, obviously.
You're starting to hear that wind whistling through the pipe sound that everyone else was hearing out in the hallway. You're starting to hear it in the room. The wind's picking up. The rain's the rain's still coming down, but it's coming down at like you can tell now that the angle of the rain has changed, which means that the wind has picked up to a degree. Angle of the rain, yeah. Thunder's still distant, but the pitch and tone of the whistling across pipes has changed, and now it's this sort of. It occasionally sounds like a person breathing. Only occasionally, though. Not like consistent. Just an oddity that you pick up.
Okay. And not in a specific, like, it doesn't localize anywhere.
No. It's just,
Yeah, okay.
you can tell it's wind rushing through pipes. It just occasionally sounds like more than that.
I'm really tempted to open up the pipe and just stick the knife in there, just shake it around a little bit and see if it stabs something.
Right?
Just stick it in the wall real quick in case the hotel's alive.
No, because it might be a really thin wall and I might stab someone.
Lewis, with a critical success. You are straining your hearing, trying to hear any threat that might be coming. You are on edge. You hear your own heartbeat loudly as that stress builds. You strain to hear against the wind and the rising, against the rain and the rising wind. You hear the whistling in the pipes that occasionally sounds like moaning. You also hear what sounds like a heartbeat initially. Then you realize it's just an oddly syncopated musical beat from further down in the hotel. Someone's got a loudspeaker playing music. You begin to hear that the hotel is alive and active, not in a literal sense, but in a there are people in the hotel and they are doing things sense. And you're sort of inundated with sensory input as you begin to hear the activities occurring in the hotel. You hear someone distantly screaming, and then as if they were just terrified by a monster, and then almost immediately after it, laughter. You begin to hear the sound of metal scraping on metal, and then you hear muffled conversation occurring around it, and something that sounds like an affirmation of somebody having fixed something. You keep hearing specific sounds that trigger that fight or flight sense, and then almost immediately afterwards, a confirmation that it's nothing dangerous.
Okay.
And this constant up and downing of your awareness and your stress level. Your adrenaline is constantly spiking and then petering off. You are being horror edged, and it's very uncomfortable.
Lewis is like, wow, I don't have any experiences to compare to this, but it's very off-putting. Okay. All right. Yeah, he'll try to sort of settle in, but is at least relieved that nothing in particular seems to be actually paying off this this jump scare tease.
1 hour passes. 2 hours.
Horror Edge, by the way, is the name of my In This Moment cover band.
3 hours. 4 hours. 5 hours pass. It's exhausting. All three of you are on alert the whole time. And the house keeps giving you sounds the hotel keeps giving you sounds that sound like you should be paying attention to it. And then afterwards, nothing comes of it, or it's just silence, or in Lewis's case, you realize what it is. But 5 hours of largely nothing happens.
Is there one of those little coffee machines in the room?
There is.
At about 4:45 or 4:45, Lewis will start that going.
Mhm. So.
And then at 3, we'll wake up Katie.
Katie, you're shaken awake from a rough dream. Nothing. You're having difficulty remembering exactly what was in the dream. But it was not great. It wasn't comfortable.
Oh, Lewis,
Hey, Katie.
everything all right?
Yeah, I mean, there's this horror convention going on, so it hasn't been not necessarily the most restful night, but there's a lot of spooky sounds, but all of them. I guess if you're here for that kind of thing, it probably would be pretty fun. And he will start pouring a cup of coffee for Katie while he's describing the things that he's heard throughout his watch, so that if Katie were to hear the same things, she would know what they are.
Here's hoping they'll be going to sleep soon.
Yeah. I guess people out doing their own thing or on their own schedule can be disruptive enough in a normal world. Who knows what a horror convention in a strange birth world hellscape is like.
You need to get some sleep.
Yeah, but if anything happens, obviously just wake me.
Of course.
Here you go. There's some of those powdered creamers over here, and a couple different varieties of sugar and sweeteners over here.
Thanks.
And I put out a couple of my granola bars and energy bars over here in case you get hungry. Get ready and go to bed.
Ginny or Vanessa, are you waking up your respective partners at the appointed hour?
Yep.
I am not, because Lillian was notably talking about how it was how they were particularly frayed and could probably use the extra sleep.
Okay. So Vanessa, you wake Victor up.
Pokes him in the ribs. Your turn.
Yep.
There are like weird noises that happen sometimes, but everything's okay.
Cool. Which means in the second half is when it all goes to shit.
Probably.
Alright. Get as much sleep as you can before I have to wake you up for running like hell or whatever.
Sounds good. She'll put her gun like on the little table next to her bed.
All right. So Victor and Katie and Ginny, give me Constitution checks. Ginny with a penalty die.
Yep. Well, shit.
Well, it can't get worse than that.
I do not have 38 luck.
All right. And a Constitution check from there is okay. Katie success, Victor success, Ginny fails. All right. we'll get to Ginny in a minute. Victor and Kathleen, what are you doing on your watch? What do you think specific you're doing?
Aside from just listening in general, Victor's also just gonna like watch out the window.
I'm going to check everything. I'm going to do all the way around the perimeter of the room, make sure that there's nothing the way it's not supposed to be.
Right.
Make sure all the locks are in working order. The windows are closing and staying closed the way they ought to.
Okay.
Victor,
And after I do
go on.
around, I'll just take a seat on the bed and fiddle with my necklace.
Okay.
Victor checks the room just like a once over, and then like grabs both of his long weapons and like puts them up in easy grabbing position, and then just takes the Desert Eagle and sets it on the table next to a chair, and just sort of sits in a chair by the window and just watches out of it while listening.
Okay. So both of the two of you give me listen and spot hidden checks, and we'll get to the results of those in a minute. Ginny, Virginia,
Mm-hmm.
you are sitting up, keeping an eye out, keeping an ear out. When you notice that once Sirenscape finishes updating itself. Come on, you can do it, little blue bar. Go, go, go. All the way across. Almost there.
Thought you
Okay.
just called it little rhubarb, and I was like,
little,
oh, that's
little
kind
blue
of sweet.
bar. You notice that the rain stops. Or at least your perception of the rain stops. In its place, you begin to hear that very loud ticking of the grandfather clock from downstairs.
Okay.
Almost as if the clock was in the room with you. You turn and sort
Who
of
all
look.
is hearing this?
You learn and took towards Ginny is. You turn and look towards the windows, only to find that they're not there anymore. The room has lost all of its windows. It's just solid wall.
Is this where Vecna shows up and makes all of my limbs break?
You're hearing that wind blowing through the pipe sound again, but now it sounds much more like an entity of some kind breathing.
All right.
And while you're sort of taking stock of the situation, you hear at your door.
I will walk up. Is there a peephole?
No.
Who is it?
No answer.
I will casually move to grab a chair
Mhm.
and put it under the doorknob.
Okay.
No talkie, no entry.
Put the chair on the doorknob.
Yep.
Dust your hands off. You turn around to go back to your bed. You're in the hallway. And the ticking is getting louder.
So now I have to figure out if I'm dreaming in a dream and I cause pain to myself in the dream to wake up. Do I just go up one level, or do I shoot straight up to?
I mean, theoretically,
Gotcha.
at the top level, you're getting sedatives, which should slow you down.
That is true.
All depends.
Oh,
You
no,
hear-
you try.
You hear the metal gate of the elevator rattle open.
Yeah, I'm stabbing right in between the bones of my arm,
Okay.
all the way through if need be.
Give me a knife attack roll.
And now we find out
Just
she wasn't
knife
dreaming.
damage. Just roll knife damage.
Okay. I was gonna say you're gonna make me roll to attack my own arm.
5 damage.
You take 5 points of wounds.
Yep.
You don't wake up, but you feel that pain.
Well, that's annoying. Am I just like right outside my door?
Yeah.
Well, that door's blocked, so. But I'm still gonna check and see if
I mean, the chair's
if
in front of
the-
it. Like the chair that you put there is in front of you, blocking the door from the outside.
the chair moved with me.
You didn't move. You just were in the hallway, and so is the chair.
Right. I understand
Yeah,
that
yeah,
by
yeah.
my perception, I didn't move.
Right.
When I was teleported over, the door, the chair came with me. So
Yeah,
assumedly, it's
when
not
you-
blocking the other side.
When you put the chair under the door, you put it under the outside of the door.
Okay. Well, I'm moving the chair and I'm trying to open the door.
All right. It's locked.
Well, at least there's that.
I'm smashing the chair against the wall so I have another weapon.
Maybe it'll wake up Lillian.
You smash the chair against the wall. It shatters like balsa wood.
Oh, well, that's not a very useful weapon.
No.
Not that you can't hurt someone with balsa wood. I've seen it happen.
You realize
And I'm gonna try to move down to the next the next nearest room of agents.
you realize as the blood is pouring out of your arm that your heartbeat and your pulse has syncopated with the grandfather clock.
There's not much I can do about that, so I'm just moving with a certain amount of pep in my step
All right.
toward the next door. The next,
Lillian.
actually, we're right in the middle, so I have to go either left or right.
Yeah.
And you don't know which one of us is in which room.
Yeah, because you entered your room
Would
first.
I?
You entered your room first. You have no
You
idea
entered your
which
room first,
which they picked.
You're right.
Lillian, by the way, make me a listen check with disadvantage, or sorry, with a penalty die.
Still a success.
All right. While Ginny is contemplating which direction to run, Lillian, you startle awake, looking over. Ginny is laying back on the bed as if she passed out immediately across it while staring at the door, with her knife out and stabbed into her arm.
As you do. Nothing abnormal here. Just go back to sleep. It's fine.
It seems very Ginny, that's for sure.
Ginny is unconscious, though.
Still totally normal.
Grabs a stun baton, and from a decent distance, like, starts prodding Jenny.
Are you trying to, stun Ginny?
No, like the stun baton is off. It's just a tool to extend the reach.
Okay.
So I'm not like bodily within range in case Ginny's response is to swing the knife back.
All right, so you gingerly poke Ginny.
It starts out gingerly, and then keeps building.
All right.
I was gonna say,
let me know when it's building to the point where you're going to deal a wound, because that's going to be how much you're going to have to do to actually wake Ginny up.
I was gonna say, the knife is literally in my arm. I have to pull it out to get to you. You're fine.
Still, like,
Yeah.
it, like, probably takes like 5 minutes.
Okay.
I mean, if you can sleep stab yourself, who else can you sleep stab?
So yeah, Ginny, which direction are you wanting to go?
Right, because left is usually the wrong choice.
You turn right.
Hand of the devil, etc., etc.
That was a weird sound I heard. You turn right and you head.
Words you want to hear from your storyteller during a Call of Cthulhu game.
Right? Tentacles just come out from screen left and just grab me. You turn and begin walking.
Yep.
And walking and walking. The door never seems to get closer. You pass several doors, but
I
your destination
fucking
never seems
hate
to approach you.
dreams.
How long are you going to try to get to that door?
I'm stopping.
Okay.
I'm going to start walking backwards.
You take 2 steps back and bump into something.
Yeah, that was gonna happen.
It's shoving your shoulder repeatedly.
What?
No answer. Feels large, metallic, jostling.
All right, I will step forward and spin. Step forwards, rotate so I'm stepping away and turning at the same time.
It's the pendulum of a giant grandfather clock, ticking back and forth, and it was bumping into you, trying to continue ticking. Basically, you had stopped the motion.
I hate dreams.
You are no longer in the hallway. You're in just sort of a null void.
Yep. All right.
It doesn't seem to care how. It doesn't even matter how far away you get from it. It always swings back to jostle you in the shoulder.
Shove it back.
Okay. Give me a strength check.
That's not going to go well. Nope.
Nothing. Doesn't seem to. You're not able to stop
Yeah.
it.
It's fine. Nothing to do now.
Okay. Lillian. Minor jostling isn't working. Are you ready to actually smack Ginny?
It keeps.
I think you
building
should shoot.
like I said, it takes about 5 minutes of just the poking, getting increasingly more, until eventually it's just pulls back and smacks Jenny in the arm with force.
All right.
Like
The
it's
same arm
clearly
she
a.
got stabbed in.
What was that, Jack?
The same arm she got stabbed in.
That depends on which side Lillian's on compared to the arm.
Up to you. Roll damage on the Subaton.
I'm just saying, Jenny's clearly a lost cause.
Half rounded down, so 1. You take 1 point of damage, Ginny, as you are struck in the face by something, and open your eyes, laying on your bed with your knife in your arm, and Lillian standing over you with a Subaton.
Ow!
There, that finally woke you up.
Why did you put a creaking door opening at that point?
It was part of a recurring bit of sound.
Oh.
It just hadn't finished turning off.
That
I
was
just looked at my arm with the like chunk chunk.
It was the sound of your sinuses cracking.
Yeah. I'm gonna need medicine.
Yeah, and Lillian tries to get some first aid supplies.
All right. Are you gonna make a roll for? Let's see. What are the? You can make a
I have my
medicine.
favorite
You can make a
thing.
medicine roll, or you can make a first aid roll.
First aid. And I will spend the 5 luck for that.
Push it,
Alright.
push it, push it,
So
push
you
it.
spend the 5 luck. You bandage Ginny's arm. You heal 1 point. You heal 1 wound, Ginny.
Alright.
No. What would be the consequences of pushing this?
More wounds to Ginny, who might not be able to take them.
Listen. You do what you're gonna do. I'm fine either way. Like, tactically, it's a dumb decision, but I also support stupidity.
My answer to stupid decisions is let a coin choose. His is push. Nope, it's luck.
Okay.
The coin says Jenny gets to live a bit longer.
I want you to roll the die anyways.
See what the result would have been.
Yes.
First aid.
Oh man.
It's a good thing you went with the luck.
Wow.
It's a good thing you went with the
You
luck.
get a full on thing situation as you try to do CPR and the chest cavity just opens up and eats you.
Yeah, no, you would have
Oh,
killed.
God.
You would have killed Jenny there.
That's amazing.
The coin knew what was happening.
Coin was
Yeah,
like,
Coin
don't,
was like,
don't kill your
you
friend.
fucking idiot. What are you?
So as you bandage Ginny, and Katie and Victor do their watch properly, that's where we're going to take our break, and we'll be back after these commercial messages with what happened with the other rolls. Those of you that are
boy.
watching, please remember, when we take our break, you take your break. So stand up, stretch your legs, move around, do whatever you need to do, and we'll be back in just a few minutes. And we're back. A dinosaur story. So, let me get my music back up. Hang on. That one.
Yes, the
That
upsetting
one.
music.
And that one. There you go. So, when last we left off on before the break, Ginny got stabbed. And now we are turning back to the other people that made rolls. Because I think both
Got stabbed implies that it was someone else other than Ginny who was responsible for the stabbing.
I don't think so.
Ginny
Yeah,
got
but she
stabbed.
didn't get murdered in the treatment of said stab.
Ginny got stabbed. That is a entirely passive statement that is just expressing an event that occurred and no attachment as to who did it or why.
Yeah, and you know who uses the passive voice?
Me.
Cowards who are trying to not blame themselves.
Me, often.
Any inferences made are entirely your problem.
Mm-hmm. All right. Katie failed the listen check. What succeeded spot hidden check, and Victor succeeded both the listen and the spot hidden check. Unless, Katie, are you spending any luck to succeed that listen check?
No, it was a big fail, wasn't it?
93 to 51. So yeah,
Yeah, no, I don't have that much luck.
gotcha. Victor, with the success, you're hearing the various sounds of the hotel throughout the night. With the spot hidden, looking out the window, you notice that the lake, at a certain point of time during the night, there's this odd green glow that just sort of like ripples across the water of the lake. You look around to see if maybe it's like some function of Lake Haven, of like a lighthouse or something, shining a light across it. But you're not able to spot where that light might have come from. Just that at one point, only once, there was a ripple of green light across the lake.
Good.
Katie, you don't hear much of anything. You don't hear any of the stuff that Lewis was talking about, but you do see that ripple of green light as well, about an hour and a half into your respective watches.
I'm going to communicate that because I'm not alone in this hotel, and I've got 3 other people keeping watch with me. So I'm just gonna check and see if they saw that. Walkie-talkies.
There's no response from the Ginny and Lillian room, but Victor, you can respond.
Yeah, I saw that too. It's probably not good.
I mean, I would say it could be anything, but we are where we are. At least we both saw it.
Yeah. If it happens again and continues to happen at regular intervals, and those intervals begin to decrease, I would worry we have a countdown.
For now, I'm going to denote the time and keep watch.
Yep.
I'm going to write down the time that happened.
Yeah. It was about 4:30 in the morning. Then about another hour and a half passes. Make another listen check, both of you. Ginny and Lillian. Ginny, what's the sound you make when you wake up?
Probably just an aggravated yell.
Okay.
All of my remaining luck to succeed on that second listen.
Do you spend any luck, Katie?
I have a sneaking suspicion that there's going to be things I really want luck for coming up soon. So no.
Okay. Then with a success, Victor, you hear an aggravated yell from down the hall.
Shit. Victor, like, holds up the walkie-talkie and did either of you guys either hear or make an aggravated yell?
Lillian and Jenny, you hear that over your walkie-talkie.
Not this room.
That was me. I may have stabbed myself in a dream, and it was not. And what happens when you stab yourself in a dream happened.
I would
Usually
normally-
nothing.
That should normally be nothing, but I'm assuming you also stabbed yourself in the dream that isn't a dream.
Correct. What happens when you stab yourself in a dream within a dream in a supernatural hotel next to an eldritch being in a lake?
Unfortunately, I don't have a lot of experience with that situation, but I'll take your word
I'm sure we
for
can
it.
add a couple more layers of specificity on that.
Welcome to on-the-job training.
Are you and Lillian able to move?
Yes, I'm being tended to as we speak.
You've got it under control?
I believe so. Are we good?
Yeah, like, should probably get checked out more thoroughly. I think Lewis has more, like, better medical training than I do. But that could probably wait till morning. He shouldn't bleed out at least.
There's a brief beat when
Vanessa
you say
is the one that has medical training.
Oh, is it Vanessa? Okay.
the brief. There's a moment of just dead staring when you say Lewis. We're fine.
If the situation changes, both of you come to a room together.
Absolutely.
To be fair, Lillian would have said the correct character. I just thought it was Lewis and not Vanessa.
Fair.
I don't know if Lewis is improved in medicine check. I just know at last point, Vanessa was the one with the better medicine check.
Yeah, Lewis has 56.
Oh, I've got 44, so
Oh,
you've
never
actually
mind.
got better than me.
Never mind. I stand corrected.
Got a decent first aid.
My first aid is only 43.
But do you get how does the watch sort out in the Ginny Lillian room?
I feel like I'm awake at this point.
I mean, you both are.
Who's going to sleep?
You're still very tired though, Ginny, because you haven't gotten enough sleep.
That's also fair. How much sleep are you going to get after you stab yourself? And I don't know. Do we have drugs?
Yeah, that'd be part of the first aid kit. Yeah,
All right, I will take the drugs.
take some painkillers. Yeah. Some non daytime painkillers.
Take 2 and don't stab yourself in the morning.
When you go to sleep normally rather than passing out from exhaustion, you have normal dreams that you forget about. All right. Lillian, in that case, if you go ahead and give me listen and spot hidden. Throughout the rest of the watch, Lillian, you hear the sounds, the various sounds that are about the hotel. And then at so it was 4:30 previously, just before dawn, all three of you see that green ripple of light across the lake again.
That's
Or
number
Lillian,
2.
Lillian for the first time.
Victor knows the timing of the second one down.
About 30 minutes before dawn.
I'm writing that time down as well.
How long was that?
That's number
between
2 is over
two?
the walkie.
What time is dawn in mountain towns?
I mean, I don't need you to tell me the time. I'll just reference it was at that time, or I'm looking for a pattern in the times or whatever.
Yeah,
It'll
I was looking for what was the interval between the two.
Yeah, that's why I'm looking it up, because I gave you a specific time.
Give a specific and then a relative.
Yeah. So it would have been at 6 o'clock. So that would have been another hour and a half.
Hour and a half.
Yeah.
Am I aware of anything that flash of green light over water might point me towards?
Give me an occult check.
My best skill. I was about to say I can't fail it, but then if I had said that, I would have failed it.
With a 52. It's not specific enough. As you're looking out and thinking about it, could be any number of things. Generally speaking, an unattributable wave of light is energy releasing. Like, so something is happening. Something is giving off energy that is being seen in the visible light spectrum.
How long has Second Watch been asleep?
At this point,
Yeah.
about an hour. I mean, oh, sorry.
Wait, I thought it was an hour the first one.
No. For the rest of you, for the rest of you, it's been a while. For Ginny, it's been an hour.
Right. We should probably
It's about time to wake the
Wake
others
up.
up. Yeah.
early. I don't want that. I don't want to let that to keep happening.
I'll be most concerned if it starts happening faster than an hour and a half intervals.
I'd rather handle it before we reach that situation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The end of the full 10 hours would be 8 o'clock in the morning. So you got like another. If you were to wait until the designated time, you'd have another 2 hours.
Although it sounds like
they're
someone
out.
didn't get a lot of sleep, if we want to try and at least let Ginny get some sleep.
Another hour?
Yeah, let's give it that.
And you're on the walkie-talkie as well, Lillian, if you want to input at all.
Lillian will comment, like with that extra hour. If you're saying it's an hour and a half between pulses, we should see 2 more pulses while waiting.
No, wait an hour from now, not an extra hour after.
Oh, okay.
Was
Well, this was
information.
6. We said the end of 5 hours would be 8,
Yes.
and then an extra hour.
The thing that was
So
suggested
an
by
extra
Kate
hour
was-
from 6 is 7 o'clock.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
rather than just going all the way to 8, just going till 7, just to give Ginny some time to sleep.
And then I think we should bust our ass to the lake. Because whatever's causing this is, I don't know. The only theories I can come up with require urgency.
Yeah, I'm not liking my potential ideas either, but rushing too fast without everyone being ready, especially with someone exhausted and stabbed, might get us killed too.
Does this place have room service?
Yeah.
If we want breakfast, we could call that in before we wake them up. That way we eat and go.
Yeah, that's probably smart.
All right, you call in room service. Food is
I'll
delivered.
call it in like half an hour before
Yeah.
we're waking the people up.
Food is delivered, and those of you that are still asleep are woken up a little bit earlier than expected to a continental breakfast.
Fine continental breakfast because people have different ideas of what that means.
Pancake,
Yeah,
pancake, eggs, mashed potato, bacon, and ham.
Oh, you've got the good
That-
definition.
That's
a nice one.
That's a
that's the
very
good
nice
breakfast.
continental breakfast, as opposed to like
Eggs
We
and
put out a
sausage
buffet.
and a coffee.
Or
even
not even
that,
that.
a fucking
Yeah.
croissant and
And a
a
yogurt.
pot of the big
How
thing
would a,
of coffee.
How would a croissant be a continental breakfast? It's not of the continent.
Oh no, the
It's
show
French.
William and I just did in Vegas. Their definition was there was like a tray of fresh fruit, there was a tray of pastries, and then coffee and orange juice. And that was it.
So they will make the definition what they can get away with because
Because
of capitalism.
Yeah, people don't understand what continental means for the most part. So you hear continental, the average person thinks something overseas because that's another
I guess
continent.
technically, yeah, continental breakfast would have been it would have been a European term for the continent, so it would have been like
Yeah,
something from French, Spain, Mediterranean, whatever. But like, but
it
still,
is literally whatever the hotel feels like putting out.
Yeah,
A tray of cold eggs that you can pick up and a mini fridge of
but yes,
Yogurts.
no, a hearty but light breakfast.
A muffin and tang.
Why does that sound? You said that, my immediate thought was to respond. That's just Ginny's average breakfast, isn't it?
No, absolutely not.
But no, there is a
The average
full,
breakfast of a librarian.
a whole ass full meal has been delivered to you all to eat after you wake up.
Oh, that's really nice. Thanks.
we are going to be getting out of here as soon as we're ready because something is making energy pulses across the lake and we're due for another one in maybe half an hour.
Oh, of
Oh
course.
shit, let's go.
Man, time to wake up, snacks, breakfast, and then fucking work to do.
Coffee.
Somebody
Coffee's
needs
here
to
too.
see to
Okay.
Ginny though because apparently she stabbed herself overnight.
I'm fine.
Oh,
Is this over the walkie-talkie?
No, it's just me and
Okay.
Lewis. Actually, that one, yeah, that one's over the walkie because someone needs to see to her. It doesn't have to be me or Lewis.
What happened to Jenny?
I stabbed myself.
were you trying to wake up?
Yes.
I mean, that tracks.
See?
Let me at least take a look at it.
Oh, sorry. To be clear, I was stabbing myself. I was trying to wake up from the dream I was in within this dream.
Yeah, still tracks.
Yeah, right?
Here, let me at least get some antibiotics on it.
All right.
We don't know if infection travels both ways.
Is
Not,
infection a dream?
not over the walkie. Before Lewis walks out, I'm going to tell him, I'm worried about Ginny. There have been a lot of injuries. She's very quick to resort to violence. And I wouldn't say there's anything wrong with that because it can keep you alive. But also, when you're just as quick to resort to violence against yourself as against anybody else, it's just as likely to get you killed.
No,
I don't know if there's something affecting her, but I think we should keep an eye out.
she did get the stabbing powers.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Katie, that's a really good note. I agree. Let's you and I, as well as I do, that if we make a point of it, she'll withdraw even farther.
We can't let her know we're watching out for her because that will be the end of it. We might get stabbed.
Oh
Yeah.
no, they figured me out.
Lewis kind of with a crooked
Now
smile
you're having
says,
this conversation.
Lewis said with a crooked smile, I mean, I've kind of figured that I've probably got about a 50-50 chance one way or the other.
Wait, what?
Of getting stabbed. on
Of
any
getting
Oh.
given
stabbed,
day.
whether he mentions it or not.
Oh,
Um, I'm glad you're amused by that. I would hate to think that she was really upsetting you,
No,
and
she's
have been hating to think that she might have been.
no. I've worked with people like that before. I mean, not as, literally stabby, but there have been some real prickly pears I've had to deal with, believe you me.
I mean, most people don't have a knife living in their brain.
That's true. And that's something that we can't really fault her for, especially given where we work. It's just one of those things that's unique, and it just gives us something to always keep an extra eye out for.
Yeah.
Thing that we work in a place that seems to give out third eyes for free, right?
Yep. It,
I was
Now
about to
you-
say, keeping an extra eye out in Call of Cthulhu has a different connotation.
I
Now the thought-
swear to God, I thought you were going to say that's our special little girl.
The thought just came to mind is like they give out third eyes. They give out third eyes like Lillian just has a jar of extra eyes at the house.
Right.
all right, let's go take a look at Jenny.
Absolutely. Hey, thanks for taking care of breakfast.
Yeah.
To be clear, they don't give out third eyes. The third eyes choose for themselves. Thank you very much.
Right.
The third eyes have more agency than you do.
You must acknowledge the agency of the third eyes.
The real question is, does that prevent Lillian from having a jar of them?
It's up to them.
I was saying,
The third
it's
eyes love
entirely
you,
possible. It's entirely possible that Ginny has a jar of third eyes, entirely on the third eye's whim.
I'm sorry, how did this go from Lillian to
Or
Ginny?
Lily, yeah. Sorry, I keep getting the two of you's names.
The thing is, Lillian has a jar of eyes, but they're not third eyes. They're first and second eyes that she has personally collected. This is the big secret.
Anyways,
This and the magic book that Lillian's had this entire time.
But they all came from dolls.
They're all still sentient though.
I mean, of course, they're doll eyes.
Is it better or worse to have evil dolls or evil doll eyes?
Now, the better question is it better or worse to have evil dolls with or without eyes in their heads?
Without is worse.
these are so many good questions, none of which have answers.
No. There is an answer to that last one. Without is worse.
I think Jeremy's right.
Just
I
around
would agree.
Chicago, just a bunch of secondhand stores around Chicago just have a bunch of creepy dolls missing eyes.
So you open the door to step out in the hallway, Lewis, to go check on Jenny, and there's just a series of eyeless dolls hanging from the ceiling.
Oh God!
This is a joke. That's not actually a thing.
It should be.
It's
This just-
hilarious.
It like they're hanging from the ceiling. They're all facing Lillian and Jenny's room though.
Yeah.
It's the dolls coming for Lillian to get their eyes back.
It's like that story from Scary Stories. Who's got my bone?
Speaking of having
The
bones,
one, the,
Lewis.
one, the one for the Cartoon Network kids. Return the slab.
You're trying so hard to get us back on topic.
Lewis, you walk down the hallway. How smartly do you knock on the door? Are we talking like high school GED or like college diploma?
Do we have a PhD?
It's more, I think, high school guidance counselor.
So,
Yeah. Hey, gang.
So there's a knock at the, there's a high school counselor level of intelligence knock at the door.
Enter.
Decidedly not a high school
The
counselor.
door,
steps
is it
in.
unlocked?
Did either of you unlock it?
Yeah.
Okay. I was
I would
really
assume so.
I was really excited for Ginny to go enter and then dunk, like Louis just
Yeah.
a full face into the door.
Katie is there also because Katie didn't let Lewis walk by himself.
At this point, Lewis would be like, "Oh, you forgot to unlock the door." No, I
They've
didn't.
got all their stuff too because we're not
Yeah.
going back to the room.
Right.
Jenny says enter, and like all we can imagine is like Lillian goes up to unlock the door, and then Lewis tries to like before Lillian can actually unlock
Yeah.
it, Lewis tries to open.
The door opens at any rate.
It's gonna take her a minute, but Vanessa's heading over there too.
So is Victor. Once Vanessa is ready to go.
Takes her a minute to get ready.
But right now, Lewis is there with Katie in tow. You open the door. There's a Jenny in there with a bandaged arm that is very red now. The bandages are very red, I should say.
Mm-hmm.
And Lillian, who presumably has packed their things.
Just right off that, without even first thing is, it was perfectly justified at the time. Hold out arm.
Nobody's casting aspersions. Nobody's questioning your motives. We all know it's weird in here. We'll take a look at the arm.
Medicine check.
Oh, nice. Oh,
Do you have 30 luck?
no, not at all.
Would you like to push the roll?
What happens if I don't?
If you don't push the roll,
No. I know what happens if I don't push the roll. What happens if I fail
if you
to
push the roll and fail? If you push the roll and
Yeah.
fail, you are going to determine that Ginny's going to need an amputation soon.
Ooh.
Jeremy, I probably don't even have to ask, but I will. Are you okay if I push that roll?
What do you think?
And all I can imagine is Jenny with
Hey!
a nub. Jenny with the arm amputated with the knife strapped to the nub.
Oh
Yeah.
God.
Yeah,
She
100%.
She absolutely would.
But fortunately, hard success.
1 second. Sorry, the player that I'm running a solo game for on Fridays has said that they'd be happy to up the pay rate that I have on them. So I'm currently making adjustments there. Anyways, so with a hard success, go ahead and roll a d4.
All right. I assume you mean me?
Yes. Anyone else can also roll a d4, but it won't matter.
I'm gonna roll a d4.
Sure.
Just
I want
as
to roll a
emotional
d4.
support.
I
Feel
want to
free.
feel left out.
Feel free.
Oh, I rolled a good d4.
So Ginny regains 2 wounds, 2 hit points.
Nice.
From Lewis's careful administrations.
I'm over half again.
Well, it's pretty nasty, but it's not as bad as it could have been. Now, obviously, I'm not capable of getting a sense of any kind of metaphysical lingering aspect from the wounds. How are you feeling? Because that is your magic knife, right?
Yes, it was the magic knife.
All right.
I'm not a supernatural being, so it doesn't affect me any differently than it affects anyone else.
Okay.
Well, no, I'm not a supernatural being.
Okay. Well, I just keep an eye on it, keep it clean.
Of
but-
course.
Don't fall into the lake.
Yeah, I'll wrap it up as best I can and put, use another portion of antibiotics. How am I doing on my first aid kit? It is currently partially used.
It is still partially used.
Okay, all right.
I get the
Yeah.
feeling if you fall into the lake with that, says Victor as he enters the doorway, you will probably instantly get mega gangrene.
Nobody
Mega
wants
gangrene
mega
is the worst kind.
gangrene.
I am moderately certain that we are going to have to go in the lake.
We're going to have to go across the lake, but we don't know about into yet.
Oh, we'll probably have to go down there. I'm just saying, don't
avoid it as long
Get a
as
scuba
possible.
suit or something.
Oh,
Don't
yeah, I'll-
like go down with with a wound exposed to water.
I'll get a baggie. I'll go grab some clean
Perfect.
trash bags.
All right. You grab some clean trash bags.
Trash bags and duct tape.
Yep.
I mean,
It's
if
not
it's what we
perfect,
got.
but
Truck
just
tape.
treat it like a cast in the shower.
No. Sen.
Hmm?
No.
Trash bag duct tape. Truck tape.
No.
I'm the god of this world. Anyways,
Anyway, yeah.
you
Truck
head.
tape just makes me think it's an extra large roll of off-brand duct tape sold in like the most redneck areas you can find.
Fortunately, you all you're in a horror game themed hotel. So when Jenny comes down with bandaged arm, there is not even a blink of the eye from the person at the counter, who just
Right.
goes, "I hope you enjoyed your stay at the Lakeview Hotel."
Thank you.
Duct tape is my Sex Pistols cover band.
Takes
Not
the keys
bad.
back, and you all can leave.
All right, let's fucking do this.
So, just heading straight for the lake.
How far
Yeah.
away is it? Does it look?
We're right next to it, aren't we?
Well, you can walk straight to it. Not right next to it. It'd be about like an hour's walk to get to the shore. You can see
don't-
it, but it's not like
I want to head for like a dock or something, someplace with
Yeah, I was about
Um,
to say when we came in,
canoes.
Victor had looked for like a pier or a dock or something.
yeah, you'd seen one.
any kind of water vessel that we could cross the lake with.
So getting to the dock that you had seen will take significantly longer if you're going to be going by foot the whole way, because it's actually like in Lake Haven proper. You're on the edge of the town right now, so you'd have to go down the hill into the city, through the city, then to the dock. But you can get there. That'll take you about 4 hours of walking.
Lewis looks around and
No.
says, "Should we steal a car?"
I'm down.
Mhm.
Wouldn't be the first time.
I mean, does anybody know how to?
Vanessa
Yes.
looks at Victor.
I mean, possibly. It's been a long time, and I'm pretty certain that mechanically, no, because I'm pretty certain the hot wiring a car is going to be mechanical repair, and I have not had the ability to put points into that.
It would actually be electrical repair to hotwire a car, mechanical repair to get into
Definitely
it.
haven't had ability to put points into
Locksmith to get into it, and electrical repair to hotwire it.
that. Yeah, I don't have enough points to spread about these skills. Otherwise, I would
Yeah.
say yes.
Do we
Everybody
really
focused on
care
the goal.
about?
Can
Do we really care drastically about about trying to be subtle about this?
I don't think
it would
so.
be better if we can manage that?
Well, subtle or not.
I don't want to find out. I don't want to find out what Lake Haven's dream eldritch monster police look like.
Come on, you haven't dealt with cops at all.
I mean, we have a sense, right? And
I
Lewis
wouldn't mind
nods
stealing
towards
keys.
Jenny.
Yes, we do have a sense. I am going to just keep an eye out, and I'm going to start looking in how good the odds are of this. It is not an uncommon practice, especially in narrative stories. I am peeking through driver's side windows for the sun guard shield
Visor?
visor.
key?
Thank you.
Are you trying to see if there
Yeah.
are any keys in the visors?
Yes.
Give me a luck roll.
Somebody else should roll this.
Someone with more than 0 or around that area luck.
I
I
have
have 19.
30.
I have
44.
52.
Wait, I'm gonna
Winner,
look as
winner,
well.
winner.
Can we multiple of us look?
Sure.
Yes.
Multiples you can look.
Okay.
Roll luck rolls. We're now
I've
I'm
only-
seeing.
keeping an eye
I-
on things.
I literally cannot find keys
Oh,
like that.
no.
We're now seeing the.
Please.
We're now seeing the drawback to spending
Oh,
all your luck
roll.
all the time.
Nope. There
I-
is no drawback. I don't know what you're talking about. That's a lie.
In the meantime,
I
feel
succeeded.
Yeah.
Lillian's just gonna Google how to. While they're looking, Lillian's just busy Googling how to hotwire a car.
Sure. Yeah, Katie, yeah, well you're all just like peeking through, trying to subtly peek through, theoretically.
I'm not being that subtle.
Yeah, but I'd rather be seen than not find one.
You don't find a car that has keys in the visor. You do find a truck that has keys still in the ignition.
Found it.
Open door.
I opened the door and
Yeah, it's
hop
open.
in the driver's seat.
This is
Perfect.
this is a like old like mid 90s Ford truck, like the kind that you see on the road that have bright multicolored paint jobs and look like they're like a month and a bad speed bump away from falling apart.
I'm gonna
So a
turn it
Ford.
on.
Yeah.
Does it turn on?
Yeah, it turns on.
All right.
Takes a couple.
Hop in.
Takes a couple of cranks, but it's
Ooh.
old carbureted engine does turn on.
Nice job.
Yes, finding keys that happen to still be in the car is the essence of a luck roll. All right. There's not enough room there's only enough room in the cab for 3 people. The rest of you will have to ride in the bed. So who's in the cab and who's in the bed?
Victor will ride into
Mm.
bed.
Yeah, Vanessa's gonna get in the bed.
Lillian
Yeah.
just gets in
Katie's-
the bed.
Katie's gonna insist Jenny ride in the car, in the cab.
All right,
So we
fine.
have Katie,
With
Ginny,
Lewis.
So we have Jenny sitting between Katie and Lewis, and Lillian,
Yay.
Vanessa, and Victor in the
I
back.
hate this so much.
Dream team.
This would be in the television or film adaptation of the game. This would be the funniest slow pan
Yeah, just
just
starts it.
across the faces in the car.
I just feel like for Jenny, this is like being the hitman in the car with Jim Carrey and whichever of the
Oh,
two.
the you want to hear the most annoying sound in the world?
Yeah, yeah.
Scene, yeah.
This is being in that car with Jim Carrey and Jeff Daniels in Dumb and Dumber.
Yeah.
Katie, give me a drive auto.
Not that she dislikes Katie.
Would you like to push that?
What happens if I push it?
You strip
Yes.
you strip the transmission because this is a stick shift, baby.
I don't know, stick.
You hear
Once
from
Katie realizes it, she's just gonna say that out loud for everybody to hear.
Victor's like, all right, trade with me.
I'm gonna go to the cab.
Victor.
and
Give me a
leave
drive auto.
Jenny alone with Lewis.
Yay!
Now it's Victor, Ginny, and Lewis in the front cab.
I don't know if this is better.
Extreme success.
Drop into first, or drop it into reverse, back up, drop it into first, get going, second, third, you're off.
As Katie is getting out, Lewis goes, "Hey, you're recognizing your limitations. Really proud of you."
Thumbs up.
Let's get moving.
Alrighty. So you're heading into town. Yeah, you drive into Lake Haven, heading towards those docks that you spotted earlier from on the way in. You're driving well with extreme success. You have no problems whatsoever. You stop at every stoplight. You stop at every stop sign. You do not draw any attention to yourself whatsoever. Makes it what would have been a 4-hour walk into about a 30-minute drive. Because once you get into city traffic.
I'm watching the lake the whole drive.
Yeah. Give me a spot hidden check.
Watching the
Lillian specifically watches the lake around the time where another pull should go.
Sure. Give me another spot hidden. Craig, what were you saying?
I was just saying I'm gonna watch the other cars. Are they still doing that like NPC driver pattern thing?
Spot hidden.
Got it.
Are you spending any luck for that, Lillian?
Now,
Craig, some of them are definitely not as there aren't as many people driving because it's a city, it's the inner city as you're getting through it. Not as many people driving right now, but those that are, yeah, you're definitely seeing some percentage of them are driving more oddly than the others, but none of them are. There's no significant cause for concern, at least as far as wrecks are concerned.
Okay.
Katie, watching the lake, you detect it's harder to see with the sun up, but there is a faint color shift during the day at about an hour and a half mark. Yeah.
Still there, expected time.
It's not getting faster, which is, I don't know what kind of sign it is, but it's better than if it was getting faster.
I think so.
It means nothing's changing, at least as far as you can tell.
Or things are changing at a steady rate instead of an accelerating rate.
All right. You eventually get down to the docks. These are fishing docks. So most of what you see here are fishing boats that have either already gone out or are docked for extended periods of time for any number of reasons. There are a few more private docks along the coast, but it's largely what you're seeing here are largely sort of mid to small size boats.
Victor looks across the range of boats in these docks, looks over at Ginny. You think we're going to need a bigger boat?
Are we going to need one? Yes. Are we going to get one? Probably not.
I'm so sad that Lewis probably wouldn't catch that reference.
As long as it'll get us across the lake.
I'm newly disappointed with Lewis.
You know, you loved Sal so much, and he would have loved that.
I have no response.
Can we get any of them running?
They're all occupied by people
Oh,
who are, either working on them or maintaining them.
We see if any of these fine folk can take us out onto the lake.
I'd rather see. I'd prefer the situation where we were on the boat and nobody else was on the boat with us.
The other question is, do any of you have piloting boats as a skill?
Yeah, I can drive a car. I've never really. I'm a street urchin. Never really got the experience of driving a boat.
Trying to pilot a boat untrained is a 1% chance of success, by the way.
So unless any of you are actually a pilot that I didn't know about, we're probably going to need somebody to take us on the lake.
Which skill is it?
Pilot. Specifically pilot boat.
That's not even a.
Yeah, it would be an additional skill because it's so specific.
Yeah, pilot is a
Oh, yeah, no, I've had this the whole
I
time.
just assumed drive auto was driving vehicles.
No, drive auto.
Driving auto is specifically driving land vehicles.
Yeah, land vehicles.
I know it can only go up to 99, but mine's at 100. You approved that.
I did, huh? Well,
You don't remember?
No, I don't. Odd.
May I make the argument that Lewis could get a bonus die on a 1% roll because he's from Baltimore?
No.
Okay.
For anyone who's curious about the pilot specialization skills, they are on page 113 of the Investigator's Handbook.
71
These
as
are,
well. If you're looking
pilot-
for the individual skills.
Pilot is the air or water equivalent of drive automobile. This is the maneuver skill for flying or floating craft. Yeah, drive auto is drive automobile. It's just abbreviated as drive auto on the character sheet. So if all of you at 1% to pilot a boat, then yeah, you're going to want to hire somebody to take you out.
Lewis, you're probably going to get us the most success.
Sure.
You think so? How's your charm, Lewis?
Oh, I like to think of myself as relatively adept at it. It's 70.
77 on my end, so not bad by comparison.
You can both try it if you want.
Yeah. Shall we see if anybody's willing
Come,
to
let
take
us
us
measure
out?
those penises. Go and away and charm.
Whoever
I-
gets a better deal.
My immediate thought is to just come in. It's like, why charm them when I can just pay them?
I
That's
mean,
the thing.
you have
The
to
charm
figure
gets
out how
them,
much they
willing
want.
to accept your money.
I would actually
If
like
you have enough money, it doesn't matter.
I mean, I also have enough money because I think I'm the highest credit rating in the group too.
What is your credit rating?
60.
My credit
Damn.
rating? Yeah, it is. Wow.
I would actually like to hang back and try to evaluate which person I can see seems least likely to be in the metaphorical bankroll of the thing that is looking to kill us or stop us.
Make an occult roll.
I can
Oh.
try that as well.
Yeah,
that seems like a valuable assessment to make.
Sure.
You can ask for help.
I mean, if sure, help would be great. I'll explain to Katie, I think, what I'm trying to gauge. I'd also like to do a psychology
Yeah,
roll
no
in
fucking clue.
addition to that.
Oh, that was a near thing.
Nailed it though.
Victor, literally anybody here could possibly be in the thrall of the thing that
If
you're
any
hunting.
of you got a better idea, I don't trust any of these guys, but if any of you got a good read,
Katie, any one of these people could theoretically be in the thrall of the thing that you're hunting.
Hard to tell.
I love
Lewis,
this success and fumble got the same answer,
sometimes there's only one
but
answer.
with different tones.
Lewis, with a psychology roll, with a successful psychology roll, the only person here that strikes you as odd, like, because they're all fairly generic. You're not interacting with them enough, really, just by watching them to get a gauge of their personhood or about how much of a person they are. The only one here that strikes you as particularly odd is like a Newfoundland shoreman, like longshoreman, that's got a small like dingy fishing boat, wearing the full on like yellow rain outfit, even though it's not raining right now.
Does he look like? Didn't we run into a guy like that in the Mega Mart?
Very probably, yes. But no, he looks like. God, what's the Newfoundland? Is it Newfoundland Zone or whatever the fish brand is?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
He looks like he's straight off
The
the pack.
brand of fish?
The brand of it's like fish sticks.
It's
Gordon's?
Gordon's.
Oh,
Yeah,
I know
yeah,
what you
Gordon's.
mean.
Yeah, he looks.
Yeah,
he
Gordon
looks. He looks.
Fisherman.
It looks like he's straight off the Gordon Fisherman package. Like,
Yes, Gordon's.
I guess
Absolutely do not use him.
I think that kind of answers my question. But the thing was, watching for that sort of rote default behavior in the traffic patterns, trying to look and see if anybody here is like not in NPC mode.
I was going to say I don't know if this were a traditional Lovecraft story, that would be the only trustworthy person on this pier. The whitest dude there.
I mean, you're not wrong, but also that is the person in a story where if it was a story where everyone was white in a Lovecraft thing, 100% that's not the guy you trust.
Who Who has the largest boat that could still be crewed by one person? Because I don't want us to get outnumbered.
Honestly, the Newfie, like everything else is requiring like at least 2 or 3 people.
All right.
He's the only one with like a small single person fish boat. That
So
is here at the docks. There might be ones that are. You can see that there are boats on the lake. Like there are some of those
Right.
out on the lake that might be like single person.
I mean,
crewed,
we can't
but that's
charter
here.
those.
Yeah, that's here. It's basically him. And looking at
So-
it, his boat has enough room for the group of you guys and basically nothing else.
We need the
Lewis
room
says-
to move.
Yeah. Lewis says, okay, hear me out. I know that hiring the Gorton's fishermen is probably a questionable choice, but we would have the benefit of numbers the most on that boat. If he were to turn against us, we'd be literally surrounding him.
If we had to fight on that boat, someone's going overboard, and it's probably one of us.
I mean,
Yeah, but
listen,
there's 5 of
And
us.
we might not even be
that boat.
fighting him. We might be fighting something in the lake.
it's
We're not staying in that boat.
Jerry.
Jenny?
It's not even in the top 10 list of sketchy things that we've willingly done since arriving here.
Every option here is sketchy.
Yes.
But I don't want
that's
to fall
kind of-
out the boat the first moment a tentacle raises its octopus head.
But at the same time, as I look around, does his boat look like it's just small, or does it also look small and slow?
Honestly, it's probably faster than the other boats that are out there because it's small.
Yeah. So so Victor just points out on that same dime though, if we need to haul ass away from a tentacle monster coming out of the water, his boat's probably got the best chance of getting away.
That's going to depend on how good he is and how reliable he is. Because none of us are going to do that.
And this is
Yeah, none of us are gonna do that. So
to give an
yeah.
idea of size. This is the stereotypical fishing dinghy. Like it's got one enclosed structure in which there
Yeah,
is
the one
the wheel.
enclosed cabin.
Yeah.
Literally the
Literally enough room to stand up in it.
Exactly.
literally the orca from Jaws.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then like enough for like y'all could probably like squat on some chairs on the back deck behind him. And there's not like you're not like shoulder to shoulder, but there's not this thing isn't more than 15 feet long, right? Like
I just have to ask, this has probably already been asked, but in case it hasn't, and for the other hilarity of the possibility, are there any foot pedal boats for rent?
no, there are not.
There are no pedals.
God damn it!
No pedal boats.
How amazing would that be?
Do any of
Because
you
we could
Going
go
up-
foot
do any of
Foot
you
pedaling our way to
fight Cthulhu.
do any of you want to know what the name of the boat is? Just out of
Yeah.
curiosity.
Yes.
Please tell me the
Yes.
name of the boat.
The name of the boat is the Observer.
I mean,
I
I
don't.
hate it.
I'm
I hate it. I hate it.
I'm just expecting it to get fed bad information about CM Punk at this point.
Not the Wrestling Observer, just the Observer.
Look, if Captain Gorton over there isn't the best option, I don't think he's the worst option either.
All right,
I sadly
go
agree.
talk to him if you want to, but y'all better be pretty confident that he's chill after you talk to him.
I mean, if he starts talking prophecy at me, I'm turning around. But
I want better than he didn't talk prophecy. if that's the bar we're going with, then I need to establish a new bar.
It was a joke, but I appreciate you taking it seriously.
I just don't want to die.
Neither do I. All right. Let's go talk to Captain Ahab.
Turns out he has really good hearing and has heard all of this.
It is the observer. He's been observing this entire time.
That would be kind of awesome.
As Lewis and I go to speak with ye old Newfoundland.
Yep.
I'm just gonna sit on the front of the truck while I wait.
Vanessa's watching this.
Yep. You as you get up, he's like coiling some rope on the boat and looks up at you with the look of someone that has already clocked you a while ago and just like, oh, you're coming to me now at that point, sort of thing.
Hey there.
Hey, well, how you doing there, you little sleeving? How you
Perfect. Needs to be a little gruffer, a little more grizzled, but otherwise perfect.
We were wondering if we might be able to contract you to take us out onto the lake. We're honestly trying to get a survey of what's been going on, lake activity.
Doing a lake survey. You want to get out? How far out you going? You thinking of going all the way to the other side, or just out to the middle either?
Out to the middle to try and get a sense and back.
There. Going that far out and just might be a little bit off. He's like he mumbles through half of the sentences. It's a little bit hard to get exactly what he's saying. How many are there?
I look back. 6 total.
6 total. As big a lad as you?
I look over. Is anyone bigger than me?
What's everyone's size rating?
50.
75.
45.
40.
My sister's a little bigger than I am, but everyone else
55.
is smaller than me.
Well, big old mistress, are you? Not gonna be getting.
I take it back. I love this guy.
Not gonna be any fish out of this whole situation.
Can I register what number he just said to me?
Give me a
Listen.
A listen with a penalty or
Own language.
or a yes, or an own language roll because it is technically English.
I don't have any luck to spend. I cannot make out what this man just said. Lewis,
Boom.
help me.
Boom.
Lewis, he's definitely upcharging you, but not. He's upcharging you. You get the sense, based on. Actually, give me an appraisal roll real quick. With a bonus die
a
because
little
you
bit of
understand what he's
upcharging
saying.
is fair because he's getting into more than he knows he's
14.
getting into.
14 is still a failure unless you want to.
No, I know, but I can spend luck on that.
Okay. So yeah, with the success there, yeah, he's definitely upcharging you, but he's not upcharging you more than you would expect for basically losing his entire day's worth of fish.
Yeah. Lewis just what is Victor doing in response to not understanding?
Victor, you know the gif of the I'm sorry, what? Blink gif?
Mm-hmm.
Like
Lewis just says, "Oof, well, that's fair. That
Did you
seems
make a
fair.
number out of that?
Yeah, it was." And he
Yeah.
says whatever the number was.
It's well within your price range with your credit rating.
Yeah, cool. And he just sort of fishes out enough cash for that.
He holds a hand, spits in his palm, holds out his hand. Name's Eli.
Good to meet you, Eli. And Victor will shake the hand. He's wearing his gloves, but he will shake the hand.
Looks like they chose a boat. I'm
Lewis-
gonna pull the keys out of the.
You're surprised at
truck.
the amount of spit he got in one take as you pull your hand away and it there's like a bridge connection.
Lewis will also go, and I'm Lewis, and will spit in his hand, and it's much more like takes him a couple goes.
And he'll shake your hand. You get some residual spit from his shake with Victor.
Good. Still, thus the compact is struck. Can
I
I?
just
I
say
Go ahead.
I'm bleeding. I'm not shaking your spitty hand.
Oh, I assume there was only 2 of them that came up.
Yeah, I think it's just the two of
Oh,
them.
okay.
We were waiting back.
Can I get a sense of? Do I get any odd sense about this guy having
Psychology
watched
roll.
him just sort of in his actions?
Lillian sees the spit handshake and just kind of like almost visibly recoils.
Made the deal. Maybe we don't
with a
need to.
with a success, Craig, this is the definition of a crusty old sailor. Like, you're not getting anything odd off of him other than the fact that he's apparently a random newfie in the middle of Illinois, like that's the oddest part of it.
And that's
Okay.
standard odd. I'm gonna
Yeah.
grab the keys to the truck and head over.
All right.
Victor like pulls his handkerchief out of his vest pocket and very quickly wipes his glove off, and then wipes that off on something else before putting it back in his pocket.
Lewis, you're still over there. He goes, all right, well, go ahead and get the rest of your troop and get on the boat, and we'll go ahead and get heading out there as soon as y'all are ready.
Victor, having made enough of that sentence out, turns and walks back over. We got a boat, guys.
Is he
Absolutely.
speaking English?
Vanessa's just laughing the entire time watching this.
Reaches up, adjusts his hat, gets on the boat.
Right? Seems good to me. What was his name?
Not going to be the first person
Eli.
on this boat.
Eli. Well, Eli, I gotta say, I'm really looking forward to it. Anything, you know what? First time we're out on the lake, anything that I should keep my eyes peeled for?
Mostly you should just keep your eyes over on the clams. Pop quiet on the back there and just keep your eyes yourself.
I think I heard clams.
Keep your hands to
Sometimes
yourself.
I'm allergic.
Victor grabs his bag of tools and like pulls out a couple of different measuring tools, particularly the Geiger counter, as they go. Lillian, you still have that weird shit measuring device that you had previously?
Weird shit measuring device.
That's what it's called.
I will take out a candle
You take out a candle.
and my camera.
Candle's lit.
I'm going to just put it somewhere where it won't fall overboard. Or down.
Make a.
I'm going to hold on to it.
Yeah, I'll
I'm
say.
going to hold on to it.
Not a lot of space here.
I'm just going to keep that out.
If you want to keep the candle on the back side, but make sure you don't get anywhere in the.
Yes, sir.
All right.
No, I'm good.
He was just spinning overboard.
Yeah, but still, Katie has no idea what's going on here.
You all get on the boat. He unties.
What else was in the briefcase with the candles?
It was just a set of candles and like a basin, I think, but I don't remember specifically. But the candles were the important part.
Just wanted to check I hadn't forgotten anything.
Yeah, no, he unties the boat, straps everything down, kicks the engine a couple times till it kicks on. Still goddamn pulling the start on the engine a couple times, kicks off. All right, keep your ass on the sheet. And there's a circle of like deck chairs that you all can like unfold and sit in if you want. And he heads into the cabin. Boat starts to take off. Releases the brake. Boat starts to take off.
Victor just takes a seat.
I'm gonna test a seat with my foot first to make sure it doesn't like fall apart or something.
They're relatively
I sit
sturdy. Yeah, they're sturdily built.
Victor takes a seat and just keeps keeping an eye on the Geiger counter, just seeing if it measures if the measurements start ticking up, if it closer to the center or not.
I'm gonna keep an eye on the lake.
I'm gonna keep an eye on Eli.
Okay. How many of you are seasick or get seasick?
Very good question. I think this is going to be a test of
Yes.
for most of us.
If you're not sure, make a Constitution roll. If you are sure, make a Constitution roll with a penalty die.
Oh, good.
Yeah. I have no luck. What can I push this, or what are the penalties of pushing this?
This is not a push. This is not a pushable roll. This is a are you prone to getting seasick or not?
I'm
come
spending
on.
luck because she is not. She's gonna not be seasick and
I think you should.
Or
I
with
think
her
you should
brother.
push to risk becoming violently sick.
Yeah, but it's not pushable.
You're on a small. Yeah, it's not pushable. You're on a small boat that's going to be bouncing back and forth in choppy water. Violently sick isn't the question. That's going to happen if you get sick.
So I flipped a coin before you said roll Constitution, so I'm just going to automatically fail that Constitution roll.
All right. So Victor and Lillian, after about 10 minutes of the boat because the boat is small, and the problem with small boats is that they are much more affected by waves than larger boats. So it doesn't even take particularly large levels of chop for this boat to get a rockin'. And while most of you are able to roll with the boat a little easy enough and keep yourself from getting too disoriented, it's the combination of trying to be on the lookout for things. Looking at the Geiger counter particularly is bad because it's so close and you're not able to anchor yourself anywhere. Victor and Lillian, it's 10, 15 minutes for the two of you are leaning over the side, up chucking into the water. And with the fisherman going, oh, well, she need to add the chubs in the water. Just go ahead and get a bucket out there.
Something about a bucket?
Lillian has absolutely no idea what he said. He's like, her head is like just completely like.
Is anyone holding Lillian's hair?
Yeah, I think Lewis is already there and has gotten out 2 of the trash bags that he took from the room, is handing them to people who look sick, and if Lillian will permit, we'll hold Lillian's hair.
Vanessa will hold back some of Victor's hair
He doesn't have too much. Yeah.
so it doesn't fall in his face.
Lillian.
Victor vomits a couple of times, and then from there he's just sort of heaving. He's like, "Oh, I'm glad I didn't eat too much breakfast. Fuck."
Lillian's too busy being sick to even remotely register that someone's holding her hair.
Okay.
So we've got the spray of water off the engine on the back of the ship, and the spray of vomit off the 2 sick people on the back of the ship as well, as the boat putters its way out towards the middle of the lake. Katie, with your keeping an eye on the lake, it's hard to tell. It's near imperceptible when you're on the lake, but there is. At first, you take it for just like a light glinting off the surface of the water, but at those regular hour and 30-minute intervals, there are subtle light adjustments to the lake that you can tell from the boat. As you head out into the middle of the lake, and we'll pick up with what you find there next week. Say goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Goodbye.